All right. I've just got a few more. This is going longer than I wanted it to, but I've only got a few more. So let's plow through. Do you believe, Diaz asks, do you believe the Bible is the inerrant word of God? Do you believe the Bible does not contradict itself? Does it contain mistakes? What I believe about the Bible is what the Catholic response to that question, which is that the Bible didn't just come out of the sky completely together as we find it today. The Bible was written over the course of many, many years, and then it was translated into different languages, and so the Bible doesn't interpret itself. It needs to be interpreted. It's not self-interpreting. Sola Scriptura is not feasible, which is why I'm not Protestant. So you ultimately have to accept a particular teaching on the Bible, and again, it doesn't interpret itself. It doesn't. If you read it, there are places where it would appear to contradict itself, or where there's strange things that happen, and you ask yourself, is this literal? Is this meant to be taken literally? Is this metaphorical? I don't want to get too in the weeds here, but basically what I believe about the Bible is that the Bible needs to be interpreted, and that the church has the ability and the authority to interpret the Bible, and does so. The 144,000, in Revelation, they list the 144,000 who are saved. The Jehovah's Witnesses, as I understand it, because they biblical inerrantist, they believe in biblical inerrancy. They think there literally are just 144,000 people who are saved, and everybody else goes to hell. But again, numerology is a thing. And numbers are used by authors to mean different things at different times, and some things are set up to be parables or riddles. Not riddles. That's not really the right way of putting it. So yeah, that's my answer. That's my quick answer to that complicated question. Paul Wright, do you like Pac-Man and Ms. Pac-Man? Interestingly, I grew up during the Pac-Man craze. It was a thing, and there was a time when I turned against Pac-Man as a kid, just because I got tired of everybody else playing Pac-Man all the time and talking about how great Pac-Man was. So I had a rebellious streak, and so I was sort of like, tired of Pac-Man, and so I didn't want to have anything to do with it for a while. But then I mellowed out about it. Interesting question, though, one you didn't ask. Why Pac-Man? If we were to see Pac-Man as some kind of psyop, which I'm not saying it is, but if it is, then what is it, or what are they trying to do? Trying to get kids to think in terms of eating all the dots but avoiding the ghosts, except when you eat the big dot and then you can swallow the ghosts. I don't know. Diaz asked, do you believe we went to the moon? Have you seen or read Bart Sibrel's work? I think I saw his documentary. A funny thing happened on the way to the moon, if that was him. I have no belief one way or the other. I'm not going to stick my neck out. I know some people are going to say I'm a pussy for just saying I'm agnostic on these kinds of questions. But I don't want to assert knowledge where I don't have it. So as far as whether the moon landing happened or not, I don't know. I did watch, video of the moon, the moon landing, or there was a documentary that was made at the 50-year anniversary that I watched of the Apollo 11 mission. And there were some weird things that, like some like weirdly ritualistic kinds of things that were going on, things that the astronauts said at certain times, and I think I talked about that in a video that's now gone. But the whole idea, Bart Sibrel's idea that they never left low Earth orbit, and the rest was faked, is interesting. It's an interesting idea, interesting hypothesis. Of course, I know about Kubrick and 2001, and how he could have been involved with the effects, and just recently watched The Shining for the first time ever with my daughter in a prior video, a few videos back. And of course, there's some interesting stuff there where the kid, Danny, gets up and he's wearing a Apollo 11 sweater, and he walks to room 237, which was changed from room 217, which is in the Stephen King book. It was changed to 237, which the moon is supposedly 237,000 miles in orbit around the Earth. So maybe some cryptic, esoteric messages there. I wouldn't discount that, but I just don't know for sure. Okay, final question. Justin Fisher says, just finished reading Considering Suicide. Based on your thoughts about the difference between Christianity and Buddhism, I was curious to know what your overall take on Buddhism is, if you ever felt an intellectual attraction to it. The answer is yes, I have felt an intellectual attraction to it at times when I was younger. But to me, I think and I still understand the attraction of it. To me, where it ceases to have appeal is that I think, whereas Buddhism seems to be about, the goal seems to be to find the bliss of non-existence, whereas within Catholicism and Christianity generally, the goal is to find the bliss of the highest existence, dwelling with God in heaven. I find that more inspiring, let's just say, than not existing anymore. Although at times I'm not going to lie, there are times where I've felt like it would be nice not to exist, and so I understand the appeal of it. I like the intellectual rigor of it. I like there are a lot of things I like about it. The whole story of the Buddha, is pretty compelling, under the Bodhi tree and all that. So yes, I have felt an attraction to it, definitely. But ultimately, I am not a Buddhist. I am a Catholic. That's it. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for watching, and keep tuning in. And talk to y'all soon.